Hi, Dr. Krista here. Let's talk about chewing your food. Why is that important for digestion? Well, digestion begins in the mouth. So, our mouth is connected to all the rest of our digestive organs, all the way down to our anus. And when we chew our food, first of all, it's getting coated with saliva. Saliva actually has enzymes in it that start to break down your food. So if you don't chew enough or have the food in your mouth for long enough, you're not going to get that coating. So the idea is you really want to chew about 32 times per bite. Isn't that crazy? 32 times. But super important to really masticate, chew. This should be getting your food down so that it's kind of like a puree at this point. That's going to make it so much easier for your stomach to digest because your stomach just has to flood that food with hydrochloric acid to break it down. So if you have a big chunk of meat in there that you didn't really chew, think about how much acid has to be poured on that meat to make it break down versus if it was already kind of a puree, it would be much easier. And then you might not run into problems of, having too much inflammation, too much acid, hernias and ulcers, different things like that in the belly. So chew your food, right? The other reason that chewing your food is important is it just helps to signal the body. It's like, oh, we're eating food now. Okay, I got to secrete my digestive enzymes and the hydrochloric acid, and my gallbladder's got to secrete things, and my intestines have to be ready, right? All of these things are signals to the body. So if you're just really quick with it, your body isn't as prepared. So along with that, I would also say food hygiene is really important. So what I mean by that is when you sit to eat a meal, yes, sit. I love to stand. I'm standing right now. But when you go to focus on your meal, you need to be doing only that, okay? Not working on the computer, not having a meeting, not having a stressful conversation, not creating your to-do list, but just focusing on your food. Not driving. That's another one people do when you're really short on time. All of these things distract the body, and it doesn't know, oh, hey, I'm supposed to be digesting right now. It thinks, oh my gosh, I'm driving a car. I got to make sure I have blood to my limbs so I can operate things at max capacity and efficiently. Or, oh, I'm doing a spreadsheet, so all the blood needs to go to my brain so I can think. It's not bringing all the blood to your digestive organs so that they can fully digest and absorb, okay? One of the biggest things I see is that people aren't absorbing. So they'll say, like, I eat perfectly healthy. I don't know why I have all this discomfort. What's going on? Why am I so fatigued? Why do I have brain fog? Well, likely you're not absorbing. And a lot of it is because people are in stressful environments while they're eating. So really focus on that meal. Think about where all the food came from, the gratitude you have that you have this food in front of you, that you have good quality food, that you can nourish yourself, that this food is your medicine. It's going to heal you, right? All of those things will help your body to fully digest and absorb. So that's very, very important. Another thing with food hygiene that can help, which I know not everyone has the time for all the time, but is actually preparing your food, right? Having those scents, smelling, like maybe you're chopping up some basil and you smell that and your body feels the action of chopping the basil, or it sees the beautiful color of the tomato or whatever it may be, right? Those are all signals to the body again, like, hey, we're going to eat soon. So get ready, digest. So that can be really helpful. The other thing with food hygiene is to actually have a routine, a schedule, so to speak, with your meals. And I know that can sound a little crazy, but if you eat at the same times every day, like say 10 and 2 and 6 p.m., then your body learns. It says, oh, at this time, I start to secrete my enzymes because I know a meal is coming, right? Especially if you're cooking and your body smells it, right? Then it also knows. But if things are coming like clockwork, the body is very rhythmic, circadian rhythms, right? There's all sorts of things that it's following. Then that can be really helpful to just reset and make sure you fully digest. The tips like this, these are just lifestyle tips, things you should be doing every single day to optimize your digestion. It's not just about what you eat, right? So if you want more tips like this, definitely go on our link tree on our bio on Facebook, on Instagram. You can check out our free trial program. We do a month-long program where you can start to work on what we call our pillars of health and really start to integrate some of these practices so that you can work towards actually living vital health as opposed to dis-ease. But a lot of this is lifestyle. People come to me all the time and they're like, can't you just give me a diet? Can't you just give me a supplement? If you are in a really stressful relationship and you can't digest your life, right? Or you are eating meals while you're working and your body can't focus on digestion, right? Whatever it may be, those things are some of the causes here. So it's not just picking the right food. If you have tons of anxiety going on, yes, that's probably a result of your gut being problematic and having symptoms, but also having that anxiety is making the digestion worse. So we have to work on that piece as well. So I hope this gave you some clarity on really the importance of focusing on your sleep. Your sleep is important too, but your food hygiene habits so that you can properly digest and absorb. You're welcome to comment on these and we'll get back to you, but otherwise follow us, subscribe. We'll give you good content because we just want you to start living a life that actually leads to optimal health, because health doesn't just come to you, right? You have to work on it every single day. So thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you again next week for 10-Minute Tuesday.